And we're live. Folks, welcome back to the Wildlands campaign. What a revelation to have a session 2 weeks in a row. Amazing, amazing. Corey has a spiffy new background, and we are ready to roll. So take a second, let the cares of the week, real life cares, other game cares fall away. I will say, prepare yourselves because I'm going to have to do a scene switch probably pretty soon in the session here. So there's probably our stream interruption is probably going to happen early on relatively tonight. So that's probably going to happen. So just be ready for that. As it loads a new Roll20 page, that's usually what happens. What else?
It's just a mild intermission.
The party of the Wanderers. You find yourselves at the top of a mountain. At the top of an observatory. That's actually an arcane cannon where someone has been trying to kill the moon, or at least a dragon that they claim, as she claims, has been pulling the moon off course. However, that has not been the most insane thing that you have interacted with. There have been traps. There have been revelations. There has been a great deal of lore. There has been a little combat and some intensive role-playing to try and get on this lady's good side. And there have been several rewards for that. Which, by the way, included Bref sacrificing, giving up a fancy necklace he picked up at some point. I think purchased from a goblin. And you, as your reward, she has promised to tell you all about the secret traps and or secret doors that she knows about for navigating Ubin Tower, which apparently extends deep below this large arcane cannon. There's some kind of, well, as she describes it, a rift down below. A rift that has this whole construction, this tower within the mountain, if you will, purpose-built to power this arcane cannon, which they have used, as Ubin Tower is an important political force here on the northern edge of Deep Lurk Lake. They have controlled the surrounding lands by dint of this powerful arcane cannon, even though they mostly aim it at the sky. So, she did back up or corroborate the dwarf whose party, he says, dies, a Sarek Stonefoot whom you rescued. She corroborated his story about the trapped doors. And yes, well, which apparently electrocuted a number of his group. And she warns you further of a curse upon the tower. Or not a curse, but she warns you that to power this place, Master Ubben long ago made a pact of some kind. And a great deal of the arcane power at work in this tower comes from the 9 layers of hell itself. And so there are many fiendish dangers down below. About the secret door, she confirms the suspicion of Vapos that in Onegron's room there is a trap door. Below that trap door, she tells you, there is a ladder which leads to a chamber that does not connect to the main floor down below, but is in fact a planar research room and is protected by 7 layers of did we just lose somebody?
We might be losing Danielle and Bref and Mavra. Their internet's super bad.
Yeah.
They basically can't hear anything you're saying, and Jeremy isn't able to connect to Roll20.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well we might be losing 2 players to internet fiends, folks. These messages, by the way, come in through the private player Discord. So I don't always see them because I'm looking at other things.
Apparently all that Bref can really do in order to communicate with us is type in Discord on his phone, so...
Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure. I guess we should keep rolling. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we're going to cross our fingers for Bref and Mavra to be able to join us at some point here. Maybe the internet demons will relent. Okay, so she told you about some traps, but said that she claimed Lady Uvazar, the dark elf in the chair here. Jeremy, do you want to turn off your camera? Okay. He's probably still figuring that out. Oh, hey, Ethan Hans in chat. Welcome, welcome. We are experiencing technological gremlins. All right. Where was I? She told you about where that secret door leads. To a chamber protected by 7 layers. The last layer of bone. The extraplanar research station. Or chamber. And it's not connected to the main floor of the geothermal rift maintenance down below. She tells you, Lady Uvazar tells you that from Vince. They're getting worse. From Vince, you... Well, I don't know what that was. Somebody...
I think that was Breath
Jeremy.
trying to talk.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The gremlins are real, man. Oh, no. Yeah, it was just static, Danielle. Jeez. From there, you can continue down a passage that would let you skip basically 2 entire floors.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do. She tells you that and down to the coolant chamber. She does tell you that the maintenance workers will probably also be forced to ally themselves against you.
Why is that?
She says, well, unless you can convince them otherwise, they will have no choice.
Because we're strangers, or what is their reasoning for attacking us?
They mind controlled?
It is more that they are threatened.
Right.
So, wherever they may have come from, whatever allies you may have, you will have to form new allies inside the tower.
Okay. Well, I don't think we should skip anything if we need to meet all of the masters. So I don't think we should be taking any shortcuts, at least until we find all of them.
What else? She tells you that you are currently standing in the observatory, first floor. The trapdoor from Master Onegron's office is the observatory's ground floor. And then there are the geothermal station basements. B1, B2, B3, and the rift down below.
There are.
Alright.
Remind me, there are 7 masters in total, and we've already met 2, right?
I think there are 9 actually.
Oh, okay. Because we've already met 2. We met
9.
her, and we've met the gentleman downstairs who was studying. So we still have 7 more we need to find. So I really...
No, there are 7. You were right.
Oh, okay. So we only have 5
7,
left.
yes.
I really do think we should take our time with this and search every floor, at least until we find the remaining 5. Otherwise, we might miss some, and I'm under the impression we need to find all of them.
Sounds like if each of them is going to give us a gift, we could use all the help we could get.
Exactly. But I mean, if we find the rest and then Master Ubben is all that remains, then I suppose there's no harm in skipping some areas if we can at that point. But again, not until I think we've found all of the people we need to meet first.
Yeah.
I know of 2 other secret passages. but I'm sure there are more than the ones I know. The two
Okay.
others I know about are in the Yeti Cave. Which will bring you through a dangerous passage where monsters make their lairs. That is down at in this B3 of the station, the third basement.
Okay. That's where it starts, or that's where it ends?
That is where the cave is. Perhaps you have seen it on your way in?
Oh, yes, I think we did. Okay. Do you happen to know on which floors we might find some of the masters? Or do you not know that?
That is difficult for me to say. If you can make friends with a maintenance worker, as you know, I cannot leave this place very often.
Right, of course. I see. No, but that's good.
Why am I
information.
talking to this one? It's alright.
Hey, I apologize. All right. You said you knew two. You knew two secret entrances. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
It's alright. I expect nothing else. So there is one more secret passage of which I know, which is that the brimstone pool, the boiling pool, has a passage through which the fiends can swim.
Ah,
And they will sometimes warn, if they are posted, they will warn the workers and automatons on the second basement
I see.
of an invasion.
I'm afraid that we may have already encountered one such sentry, though it was a little over an hour ago.
Well, I think. Oh, you mean the fiendish guy? That's right. I was thinking of the golems.
Yes, the one that got away from me, unfortunately.
Well, these are the things which have existed for a long time, which are secret in the tower. So I know about them over the centuries. I will warn you to avoid any glowing red crystals you may find.
Will do.
They are essence of the 9 hells.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like something I don't want to touch.
Blood gems, some call them. And they are very old. very ancient. They are very powerful. And they have survived the great void-making ritual of the obscurity. So you know they are something special that does not belong here. We have a barbarian and a fighter. Yay!
Yay!
Hey.
The internet has seemingly forgiven them. Okay, phew! I will say that you are most likely to find a vase on the second basement. And you're most likely to find Edrashan, Master Edrashan, on the third basement amongst the monster lairs.
Oh, good.
But as we have many visitors from various places, not all of them our reality, there may be business conducted almost anywhere in the tower.
Of course. But we're most likely to find them in the monster lairs.
Well, Edershan, the Master Mistress Edershan, yes.
I see.
Excellent. I don't know if you have any further questions for me, but I am certainly inclined to help you now.
I only have one question, and it might seem non sequitur, but it is important to me. Just to ask in case you happen to have any information. Do you know if they've gotten the Bard of History? Or if he's safe somewhere? He was an old friend of my father's.
Yes, was that Halfarin?
Yes.
He was taken in fire.
Oh,
And fiends.
They do-
Distressing.
that is distressing.
A small town, I believe.
Really?
Perhaps some sort of distraction. Always. They act when there is a distraction that would prevent the gods from seeing what they do.
Of course.
That has usually been one of the great dooms, which they have found a way to influence, predict. But I think this one time, it may have been some kind of incursion or invasion. The stars speak of a map and mass destruction.
Yeah. Sounds scary.
The power that we also use here. The red gems. power
What
of the
would
old
happen?
empire. Sorry.
What would happen if something were to happen to these red gems?
I think that for any harm to come to them, it is most likely to be defended by the Fiends, who can be summoned forth from such things.
Maybe best to leave them alone then.
We speak now of the energy of hell itself. Not something to be trifled with lightly. That was the mistake they made 1,000 years ago, after all.
What happened 1,000 years ago?
Don't tell me you've never... She seems very happy to be asked. Don't tell me you've never heard of the great empire of Ebb.
Oh, well, of course we've heard of the Great Empire of Ebb. Though, of course, we also don't know very much about it, seeing as it's been mostly erased from history.
Blitz gives you a look that very much tells you he has absolutely knows absolutely nothing about the Empire of Ebb.
That's okay. We can explain it later.
Before the Veye Empire, the previous empire to unite the Wildlands was the great Empire of Ebb, about which little is known, save for a few scattered texts and a few scholars. A few scholars scattered amongst the Wildlands who study the scraps left over from when they vanished 1,000 years ago. Have you no idea of what I speak?
Yes.
Well,
But we don't know what happened to them. My understanding is that no one really knows. Except maybe you.
I don't know that I know, but I know where more could be discovered. And I do know that this mystery, this power of obscuring the truth, is something that the Netheros possess. You must seek the legend of Varankana if you would know more.
That's not the first time that name has been mentioned to us. It seems like it's maybe more important than I gave it credence for.
Well, there are books. Most of them were voided, left blank, as well as all of the clay steles, at least half blanked out, wiped away by the terrible magic that they brought down upon themselves. Before them, it must have been a long, long time that there was an empire. But I think it was a different one of the great dooms.
So every time there's one of these great dooms, the Netheros come in and try to pull off a little bit more of their plan. And they've been doing this for thousands of years. Well, we sure know how to pick them, I suppose.
In fairness, we were warned from the start that they are formidable enemies.
I've just been discovering very, 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 very slowly how much more formidable they are than previously believed. But, we're in it now.
If you would truly set yourselves against them, then perhaps you are in trouble.
That's nothing new for us.
Yeah. We get cursed a lot.
Oh, really?
She glances at Bref, particularly her eyes lingering on the burned thumbprint on his forehead.
Which one? Who was that from again? I forgot that was there.
It's easy to get distracted by the mohawk.
Yeah.
It's easy to lose track of all the different curses that we have.
Yeah, it really is.
I suspect from your stars, wanderers, that your path lies not in direct confrontation.
Aw.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I agree.
And perhaps not ultimate victory, but perhaps in delaying them another 1,000 years.
It seems that against enemies of this strength, the most one can really hope for is to be one of the straws that eventually breaks the camel's back.
If I may, we do have a pretty good lead on a way to at least hinder them. We've been told of the corrupted elemental temples that they control.
Yeah.
And we do have general directions on where at least 2 of them are.
I will keep an eye on your stars from afar, as I have been.
Thank you.
Yes, here's hoping it doesn't get that much more interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will see things develop.
Thank you for all of your help.
Yes, you have been most invaluable.
Oh, you're very welcome. Don't forget to ask Alarka to visit me.
Absolutely not. That'll be the first thing we say to her.
I would speak with this great bard of astrology before the Netheros take her.
I think we'd like to avoid her being taken all together.
Yeah, we might not emphasize that part of it when we talk to her.
Yeah.
Try and help her avoid any great dooms.
We're gonna do our best for sure.
Well, is there? Should we go ahead and get going? I mean, if there's anything anyone else wants to do while we're here, then by all means. But
I'm ready to go whenever
Does
you
anyone
are.
else want a look through the
I
telescope?
think we're probably good. Thank you, though.
It's really cool. I mean, no regrets.
Of
Except for the
course.
whole curse thing. But other than that, no regrets.
You can't be like entirely certain whether she's joking.
That's okay.
Can we
If
go
you
now?
would seek out these other legends for more on the magics of old, perhaps you would seek out the University of White Witch, the Library of Ibu Gruger, the Jungle Library of Ninina. And that one was kept since the time of the Empire of Ebb.
Out of the gate, we've been to Ibagurger before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure.
And perhaps the Eye of Ephisti Arcane College. That would be my recommendations.
Thank you.
Many of my star charts have come from there. She holds up a book on the stars that's stamped White Witch University across the pages.
The fines on that one must be really out of control.
No doubt. The student that brought it to me did not intend to return. Well, she can't pay now. The Fiends have her. And she smiles at Asaric Stonefoot. He looks very unhappy. Would you like this book, by the way? I don't need it.
Sure. Never turned down a free book.
I was about to be like, Bella turned down a free book?
She gives it to you.
Awesome.
It's kind
What's
of
its
a
name?
Astrology 101.
Perfect.
It also
Never
appears-
learned astrology.
Well, it's for the class Astrology 101. The name of the book is actually Snakes in the Stars.
Awesome.
There you go. Well, I bid
Sweet.
you good luck. You adventurers will no doubt leave the tower much richer than you came to it.
I sure hope so.
She takes a sip from the reconstituted mug of tea that was broken at one point. And snaps her fingers, and some invisible spirit carries a monocle over to her, which she uses to examine a chart. Come back and visit any time.
Will do, as soon as
I
it's
hope we're
convenient.
alive too.
Indeed. I will not reset the stair trap until you have descended.
Thank you. That's very
Appreciate it.
considerate.
Yeah,
However,
thank you.
You're very welcome, dears. However, I will be resetting the front door trap. Can't have just anyone wandering in.
Well, it looks like we're going to be here for a little while, so we won't be going out that way just yet.
Of course.
Yes, there's a bunch of rabble around on the mountain, from what I understand.
Well, various purchasers of all of our magical things. No doubt. She fiddles with a few dials or levers and buttons on the side of her large desk. And there you go. You hear the doors slamming shut down on the floor below you. And some clicking. And then the general hum of the steam-powered machinery all around you continues on.
Phapos will give her a bow and then head down the stairs.
Blitz will just leave.
See if this sounds
He's
too
still-
much like a train. Sounds good. Okay, you guys head down the stairs?
Yep.
Yep.
It was all a lie. The trap is still active. We all slide down the stairs and get covered in grease.
And then lit on fire.
The
Don't
worst
forget
thing that's going to happen to us today.
Or actually, it was you got thrown out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a part of the trap that lights us on fire? That we just magically missed?
Yeah, I don't remember a fire
not
part
this,
of it.
Not this trap, no.
Good.
Means there is another trap that will set us on fire somewhere else.
Yes, yes.
Well, you're metagaming the hell out of me. Okay, so you guys are down here now, where there's the humming, glowing column in the middle. Still no sign of the... Actually, no, I take that back. The boy has returned. He's watching a dial carefully, and he's turning this wheel, cranking it one way or the other, according to some readout. He looks up, slightly alarmed, as you descend the stairs. Grabs his wrench.
We're just on our way down to visit the other masters.
Yes, sorry to disturb you.
Hey,
The boy nods slowly.
how old is this boy?
Can't be more than 14. Well,
Okay.
he looks very thin and dirty, so it's a little hard to say, but in that range.
Okay. You must know this tower like the back of your hand.
He shrugs.
You probably know where all the traps are and everything that are gonna find us on our way down to visit the other masters.
His eyes dart from one to the other of you. Could be.
I mean, I'm
Could
just
be,
saying I'd be
do.
willing to pay pretty handsomely for a guide, considering how dangerous this place is.
You can't do that. I got my job here.
Hmm.
He turns the crank.
I'd like to make a persuasion roll.
You can make a persuasion roll if you want.
Okay. That's only an 18. Well,
He seems strongly tempted, but shakes his head.
all right, I guess I'll just have to do something else with this 100 gold that's burning a hole in my pocket.
100 gold?
Yes, well, you see, it's
For a
very
guide?
important that we get down there. As I said, I'm willing to pay handsomely.
I could be killed, or my family back in Arkney.
Oh, you're from Arkney. We've been there.
Lots of us are. Some are from Arkney, some are from Monument,
Hmm.
few from Toreen.
Well, I'd hate to get you in trouble. Ooh, Tareen. I'd hate to get you or your family in trouble, so I suppose we better forget about it.
Well, what about a map? That might help.
Now, that might be useful.
He turns the
Thank
crank.
you.
Oh, okay. You'll pay me some gold for a map?
Absolutely.
It would help us out a lot.
Okay. Sure. You got something to draw with? He pulls out a pencil. I mean,
I pull out some parchment.
I daren't take any of Mr. Higgs's parchment.
No, absolutely not.
Biting his lip, he tries to scribble. Right. Well, here's us. And then there's down below us is the B1 basement. First basement of the geothermal station.
Now, how would we get down there?
Is that guy's visible? Is that visible to you guys?
Yeah, the circle?
Yep.
How would you get down there? He looks around. Well, none of you can fit in the causeway that I do under the stairs, but you can take the stairs. Just be careful.
What?
I'm not supposed to tell you.
Right. Okay.
But, they're trapped.
You know which stair is trapped?
Ah, yes. The only one.
Yup. It's the bottom step.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, if you jump over the bottom step, you'll be alright. Well, down there, okay, now if I switch maps, it's probably gonna crash the stream. There's a guy down there, and he's buying stuff from Araxia.
Is that what? Oh, sorry,
Mistress Araxia. She's all right, but if you do something dumb, she'll turn on a dime and yell names at you.
Thanks for the warning.
But I'd watch more out for the current customer there. He's got a bunch of servants and they seem nasty. I haven't seen Isaac in days.
Oh dear.
Hun, what was your name?
Are you one of those name mages?
No, I just wanted to use your actual name.
I promise, he knows my name and he's never done anything to me.
He just kind of
Factually incorrect,
he blushes a
but
little bit when you say that, but then just kind of like just doesn't say anything.
I'm Wickersham. Most of them here just call me Master Wick.
Mr. Wick, those customers downstairs, they didn't happen to look a little bit like me, did they? With the horns and the tail and such.
Oh, no, they're in the Yeti Cave.
Oh.
You guys are in the Yeti Cave. They're buying stuff from the Master Mistress Edrishan.
Okay.
They
I just
make
want to
weapons and magical equipment.
Perfect. I don't want to interrupt you anymore. You continue with your map. I just wanted to make sure because we had a run-in with those folks earlier and they weren't very nice, especially to me.
Oh, yeah. Well, below B1, basement 1, is, sorry, I'm not very good at circles.
That's okay.
You're doing great.
Well, that's basement 2. That's where, a lot of, the workers are. And, you know, they've got a acid ooze containment breach. So there's a lot of spider automatons there
Gotcha.
trying to contain it. Oh, and there'll be a lot of what would you call them? Well, there's a certain kind of automaton they call in to deal with that, clean that up.
Okay.
All right.
So we better not get in their way.
Well, they'll pretty much think you're in their way no matter what you do.
Gotcha. So we should just.
I mean, that's
skip
how I
these two
got
as
my
much as possible.
trusty wrench. Is Mr. Higgs threw it at my head.
Oh. Well, gee.
It's not very
Useful.
nice.
Anyway, that's basement 2.
We'll just breeze on through that one as fast as possible. It doesn't sound like there's much further there.
Yeah, well, that's where the pool tunnel comes out.
Right, with the Fiends. Oh boy.
Okay, well, then, oh, yeah, you get from basement 1 to basement 2, we use the maintenance tunnel.
Ah.
That's really trapped. You're going to want to be careful in there. Just, don't trust any corners.
That is very helpful, actually. Thank you very much.
And also look out for the middle of the tunnels.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's where the pool is too. Okay. Okay. Right. To get down to the third basement. Well, if that's where you want to go. Yeah, you're gonna want to take the service elevator.
Ooh,
That's
elevators. I've heard of those.
Oh, they're really wondrous, ma'am. I'd ride it all day if I was allowed. Um, the service elevator has a trap, but it's easy to bypass. All you have to do is push all the buttons at the same time, and then the button you want.
Okay.
And right, and then so basement 3, that's a dangerous place. There's a blood crystal, with all kinds of blood lightning, and there's the coolant tank, and there's usually one of the masters there. Oh yeah, and that's also where the Yeti cave is.
Okay.
We don't go that way much. That's how we
But you
lost
said,
Sally.
Oh dear.
but you said one of the masters is in the Yeti cave right now.
Uh-huh. Sally, she wanted to dig through the Yeti's pile of bones. She said there was a king's ransom in there.
Hmm.
Oh,
In my opinion, even a king's ransom is not worth becoming lunch.
Indeed.
Well, there you have it. Well, I guess except for a place you definitely don't want to go.
The rift. Is anyone allowed down there?
Nope, not ever.
Hmm. So you wouldn't know how to get down there if we wanted to.
They say that there's a secret trapdoor somewhere on the third basement. I've never looked for it, but if I were to, I'd say it's in one of the fancier rooms and not the coolant tanks or the pipes. Any place where us maintenance folk would go.
Right.
night, Danielle.
Oh, good night. Thanks for playing.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
I don't know what else I can help with. Oh,
You've
except
been
for
really. Mm-hmm.
watch out for all the doors.
The doors are all trapped too?
Pretty much.
Okay. Any particular way that you get past them, or is it different on everyone?
Well, the senior engineers have keys
I see.
that let them bypass the traps. And us grease monkeys, well, I go by through the vents. Sarek steps forward and he says, could I fit through the vent? Begging your pardon, Sir Dwarf, I doubt it. You've got the height, but... but I also have too much girth, I imagine. Aye, lad. No worry. And the kid turns the crank a little. So, do I get my reward, or...?
Of course. Here, I know we said 100 gold for a personal guided tour, so what about 50 gold for a map?
All right.
I'd count out 50 gold into his hand.
Thanks. He seems more than a bit excited. He says, just so as you know, if it's treasure you're after, well, any of the masters is carrying more than an emperor on their person at any time. And,
Oh, goodness.
well, all the monsters and the fiends and things, they tend to have their stuff with them too. None of them trust each other, you see.
Right, of course. I wouldn't trust a fiend either, and maybe especially if I was also a fiend.
I'm pretty sure that the customer down below has a bit on him as well.
Well, we're not looking to cause any trouble. You know, we're just looking to deliver a message to Master Ubbin, which it sounds like Master Ubbin really doesn't want messages to be delivered to him, but that's what our job is, so that's what we're here to do.
Oh. Oh, I see. Well, good luck then.
Thank you. But you needn't worry about us. We're not here to cause any more trouble than simply delivering a message can cause.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you. Good luck to you too.
Thank you for the help.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Surely. Sorry, I'm not much hand at drawing. I'm no draftsman.
I think you did phenomenally.
He kind of does a half shrug and turns his crank. Valve.
All right, well, shall we proceed onward?
Yes, I'm itching for another adventure.
Onward and downward.
Okay. So you guys continue down the circling spiral staircase, or are you taking a different path?
I feel like since we know how to bypass the trap, we might as well go down the staircase.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one he mentioned about hopping over the bottom step.
Yes.
Then let's go!
Alrighty. Just as you're walking down the steps, Master Onegron pokes his head out just to make sure that you noisy folk are really leaving.
I'll wave to him.
He starts to wave, but he stops mid-wave and looks at his notes.
Sounds right.
Goes back inside. Okay, so... and here I was thinking that you guys were definitely going in there. Alright, so... so I'm going to switch maps now. And that has basically a 99% chance of breaking everything. So we're going to try this, but if the stream goes down, I'm just going to bring the stream right back up again after a minute. Okay? And so this may be in 2 parts for those of you watching later. Due to this, I'm probably going to get cut off from Discord too. So we may see you all in a minute.
Or everything could go great. We'll find out.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
I'm excited.
This has really been built up. It'll be kind of disappointing if it doesn't crash.
Yeah, I know. Do you guys see black?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
It
Yep.
didn't crash. What is happening? Oh my gosh. Okay. I guess we get to keep
You
going.
gave it stage fright.
What?
You gave the poor thing stage fright.
I know. What is this? Okay. So as you descend,
I was gonna say, we what?
you're hit by a magical trap and you descend. The air changes. There's more sulfur in the air. The light changes from this outdoor light filtering into the observatory to this kind of large building full of volcanic fumes and torch smoke, kind of a place. Actually, not so much torch smoke. You kind of you have that thing where you expect a certain smell. All of your characters would be very familiar with what torches smell like. So you're kind of expecting it, but these are actually ever-burning torches. And I assume something funny happened in your private chat there.
Yes, Max. The torch of smell light. I'm sure. That's exactly what they smell.
You know what they smell like. So you expect to smell torches, but these actually are ever-burning torches.
Sorry, they killed me.
And so don't give anything off. Let's see. So the stairs don't creak so much as give off a significant clacking noise as your boots strike them. And they seem very old and solid, and smooth, like the stairs, the trapped stairs up above. You are aware as you descend of movement and voices and these humming pipes that twist and turn all throughout the mountain. You feel like there are quite a number of creatures or something just out of sight. And as you walk down, I'm going to assume that Bref is in the front.
Yeah.
You
I
have
am
this feeling.
100% fine being in the front.
We just really got to drive it home to him that he has to skip that bottom step.
Very important.
To It's hard to tell what the players can see, so I'm going to increase the opacity of the fog once it lets me do that. Nope, not letting me do that. This used to be so easy to do. And now I can only do it with dynamic lighting. What's going on here? If I turn that on, it's going to break everything, I'm sure. So I'm not going to do that. Oh, all right. I don't know why it's not letting me change this. I dare not. I dare not. All right. Okay. So, are there any questions about what you guys can see right now? I'm going to get there is actually before you tell me your questions. To your left, as you descend the stairs, is a pipe emptying some kind of glowing green liquid into a pool. It's semi-transparent and appears somewhat viscous.
Gross.
Sticking out of it is a kind of a rusty metal object of some kind, like a diver's helmet. And through it, at the bottom, you can see various bones. And lapping it up is this thing, which is a green glowing, well, it's not really glowing, but it's a green rat with two prehensile tails, like tentacles, and gleaming eyes, as well as whiskers that seem to move on their own. And this thing is the size of a large dog. It's the size of a child.
Scale of 1 to 10, how cute does Akiri think it is?
We're sitting at like a...
You're standing on the
3 or
stairs.
4.
You're descending the stairs, which are kind of descend into the middle of this chamber here. You see where you are?
No, she meant like we're standing at a 4 on the cuteness scale.
Oh, standing. Okay.
Less cute than a giant death spider.
Yeah, less cute than a giant death spider, but interesting enough that she's curious about it.
All right, just wanted to know.
It's standing half in the green liquid. Okay, I'm going to switch maps back and forth again. This may break the stream, so I might be right back. Hang on. Okay, didn't break it so far. You know, I think it has to do with how much else is going on. Like, if people are moving around on camera a lot, you know? Or talking a lot. All right, everyone, like, be still, be still. Did I copy it? Copy. Yeah, it's still not broken. Still not broken. Look at that. Amazing. All right. It's just, you know, maybe it's saving it. It's probably saving it to a more inconvenient moment.
It's because you prepared everyone for the fact that it might crash.
Yeah, exactly. So Astaric is trying to, Astaric Stonefoot is trying to be like toward the back, but not at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks over and he goes, "Yeah," as you guys can see this green rat with two tails, this mutant rat, lap up some of the green liquid and kind of look up at you guys as you descend. And then kind of half-heartedly do a rat scuttle over to the side to like move slightly away from you. And then it dives into the pool.
It's probably for the best that thing
miss the
dove
little guy.
away. Because if it sat there and looked interested in the party, Akiri might have tried to go grab it.
You are.
Well, you
She
cut off,
said
Nico.
nothing. But she was looking at it very
I was gonna
thoughtfully.
say.
Like, huh.
Blitz saw that glint in her eye. He knows what you were thinking.
Wasn't even here for the most egregious Akiri adopting something situation.
Oh, there's a new tool on Roll20, and I don't know what it does.
Breaks the stream, probably.
Okay, I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to experiment right now.
That's probably for the best.
Whoa, I can't turn it off. Okay, there we go.
Can we please move away from the pool of disgustingness right now?
I
Yeah,
want,
Yes,
it
we're
gives
just-
me bad vibes.
We're just trying to proceed with caution.
I
would
want
just
to
like-
ask if you guys have any questions about what you have about at the moment.
Do we see a door
Can
anywhere
we?
yet?
There,
Or can we see? Sorry, answer the door question, then I'll ask about the steam.
okay. There's a passage over here. And actually, Bref can see there's stairs over here. I'll reveal a little bit more there.
Check.
So you can see that this tower is like partially like there's a lot of mechanical stuff. There's a lot of man-made stuff, and then some of it's just hollowed out of the living rock. Or using caves that existed already.
I see this spurting steam in front of us. Like, is it like? Does it seem like the amount of steam that would really hurt if we were to touch it, or if it were to touch us?
So over here, you see those things. That's actually like a cross section. That's like a top-down view of like a forest of large pipes. You see over here,
Yeah.
and those large brass-looking pipes. Yeah, that one has a crack in it, and it's spewing steam out there. I mean. You know, there's really only one way to find out, Bref. Maybe it's, nice, moderately temperature. Moderate temperature. Who knows?
It's a humidifier.
Probably.
I was gonna say I don't think that's how steam works. I think if there's steam, it is going to be very hot and it's going to hurt us.
I was just wondering if maybe that would be something to watch out for if there's some kind of doodad that makes it suddenly burst out more if we get close to it.
I definitely think we should give it a wide berth as we pass by that area. Kind of walk around it. Although, I do notice in the corner there, bones.
Bones!
So I wonder if perhaps there's something dangerous in that corner as well. I guess, Max, before we leave this corner, I would like to at least see if I can examine what that other object floating in the water is.
Okay.
I just want to look at it and see if I can identify it more clearly. Is it just a helmet that's just there?
Okay. So you're trying to stare at it from the stairs. Go ahead and make a.
I mean, I don't mind having stepped off the staircase at this point.
Okay.
To
So you
to
jump
look at
down
it.
and you go around and under the stairs. It's a corroded metal. It actually doesn't look like a helmet to you anymore. It looks like a kind of a corroded, hollow metal thing. Almost like a case, like a chest, but shaped kind of like a gear. But the whole thing is like a large gear almost. But the whole thing is very rusted and corroded by whatever it's sitting in. Also at this time, the giant rat surfaces holding a tibia in its jaws.
Does this metal thing look particularly heavy?
It does look kind of heavy, yeah.
Like, well, there's no harm in trying. Blitz will try to use Mage Hand to try and pick it up. Mage Hand has a limit of 10 pounds.
Okay. It's definitely heavier than 10 pounds, and as you were there, the rat comes toward you aggressively. And you see its two tails kind of curve over its head.
Okay, Blitz will definitely back up. Does anyone have any rope? I probably have rope.
Yep, I've got rope.
I probably do too. But for the sake of pacing, could I borrow your rope, Vapos?
Are you wanting to throw it into that pool?
I want to use this, and he's going to point to his little floating mage hand, and it will wave at you, to try and loop it around a part of it and try to pull it out of the water, so we can get a better look at it.
I suppose, but I'm not. That liquid does not look even remotely like it's something that we should be touching.
Max, do I see, like, you said it's kind of a hollow thing. Are there holes in it that I could maybe, like, thread the rope through?
I don't know if you could thread it, but like I said, it's kind of like almost like it's shaped kind of like a gear with these sticking out bits, so it would be pretty easy to loop the rope around it.
Okay. All right. So Blitz will just say, "I'm not suggesting that we pick it up. I just want to I wanted to see if maybe if we look at it, it might give us a clue as to, I don't know, something that might be helpful as we continue." I mean, I'm also fine to ignore this thing. It seems strange to me that rat is so protective of it, and I just wanted to take a closer look. I can get you another rope if you're worried about losing it.
Okay, well, just be warned that when it comes to creatures like that, there's almost never just one.
Now that is a good point. What do the rest of you think? Should we just ignore that thing? Maybe it's not important at all.
Briff.
The way the rat immediately kind of started coming at you with tail raised puts me on edge.
Alright, well, if we don't really see any use in that object that isn't worth the risk at this point, then maybe we should just investigate the rest of this cavern first. Don't want to be too risky right off the bat.
Okay. Did you want to Did I have you roll a check on it yet?
No, I didn't try to investigate. I just looked at it
okay.
to see what it was.
Make a perception roll.
Okay. Nat 20.
See? This is how I get myself into trouble. Okay. As you turning away, you notice that at this angle, you can kind of make out something stamped on it in the middle of the casement. Barely visible through the corrosion and residue. And it looks like a crest or a guild symbol of some kind.
Can I describe it to the group to see if anyone recognizes it?
Sure.
Okay, Blitz will describe the iconography and the shape of the symbol and ask the group, does anyone know what that is?
Okay. The way you describe it, so you describe this kind of circular symbol with a crown and a ship and like twin branches curling around it, but with stars at the end of the branches instead of leaves. Anyone who has training in history, actually, I don't even know what the friggin' the worst thing they did in this edition was get rid of the knowledge skills. I guess history or Arcana can roll on his description of this symbol.
I know everything about it.
Max, this is how you get yourself in trouble.
Okay.
You asked the lore bard for a history check, Max.
That is obviously Bella. It's obviously the Star Seekers Merchants Guild symbol. An extraplanar merchants guild that does deals through the astral plane.
See how I phrase it too. I'm just a dick about it. I'm like, well, that's obviously the Star Seekers Merchant Guild.
And now that you know that it's stamped with that symbol, you realize, they are, that's like one of their, they have this whole thing with like similar kind of magical technology as is present here. And that is one of their coffers.
Well, we should pull it out. It's I mean, if it is that old and belongs to a merchant's guild, then A, there's probably money in it, and B, they've probably forgotten about it since a long time now.
Give up now, child.
I didn't hear anything you just said, Max.
That is not for you, child.
Oh.
Thou hast no in it.
I'm
Suddenly
assuming that
become very interested in it.
Can't tell me what to do, Dad. Well, Blitz didn't hear that shadowy voice in his head, so he's going to look at Vapos and say, well, why don't I try to kill that rat first, and then we can, if nothing else comes out, then I can try to grab that chest.
Breath,
Yes.
where are you right now?
I'm.
Oh wait.
I probably would have come down off the steps. I'd probably just like over here.
All right, if everyone could move their character, I assume Bliss is rummaging through his pack for a rope. If everyone can move their character to where they ought to be at this moment, Sarek is not anywhere near the rat. He's hovering near Breath, probably. Breath, you feel someone tap you on the right shoulder.
Yes, friend dwarf.
Huh?
What? Didn't you tap my shoulder just now?
Thou hast no right.
Did anyone else hear Max? I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, sorry, Max. I don't think your whispers are coming through very well.
Hast no right.
I can't understand.
God damn it.
Yeah.
When can we play in person? Okay, something whispers behind you. Thou hast no right.
Okay.
Thou
I
hast
do. It's right. This is my right. And I'm waving my right arm.
It continues. You have no writ of salvage. Thou hast
I
no
know.
right.
Oh, see, now this I would understand. You don't need a writ of salvage if you're not in anyone's claimed territory. And, well, this may be someone's claimed territory, but no one's let us know yet, so they can, tax us when we get to port.
This be the port.
I don't... No, ports have, like, docks and stuff. There's no docks here.
Is Breath saying all this out loud?
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Probably.
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I answered for you. I didn't mean to answer for you, Breath. I just...
Well, it's breath.
Yeah.
Ref, Who are you talking to?
The creepy voice.
Oh no.
No, it's not the shadow. It's not the shadow this time. It's a new
That's
one.
almost worse.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. No, it says we don't have a writ of salvage, and so we don't have a right.
Okay. Well, I mean, Bella, you seem to know a lot about the people that this chest belongs to. Would it be possible that they're talking to Breath right now and telling him that we can't take that?
Hey, creepy voice, are you a ghost?
Oh, well, okay.
Got right to the heart of the matter.
It's not saying anything to me right now, so I don't know.
I mean, they're extraplanar beings, so I guess it's theoretically possible that they could be talking to him right now, but I don't see why. I mean, if they can reach out and talk to Breath, I don't understand why they wouldn't just come and get the chest if they're so interested in it.
I also wonder why they are speaking only to Breath and not all of us. I mean, if anyone, it should be me. I'm the one who's wanting to take it out of there, or you, Bella. You agreed with me.
Oh, I also felt them tap my shoulder.
Okay then.
What?
I can hear it too, says Asaric.
Oh. Okay.
Well, that makes a difference.
Is there someone actually standing behind you right now?
The
let me
dwarf
check.
is trembling. No, nay, lad.
Can I do an insight check on our dwarf friend to see if
Yeah.
he... I guess I want to see is he afraid of something he cannot see? No, you know what? Let me clear it up. Let me make it simpler. Is he afraid of something? Based on his body language and his speech.
Okay.
Well, never mind.
You know, you don't even have to roll. He's pissing himself.
Oh, okay. What are you so afraid of, Master Dwarf?
Fiends, lad.
Okay, so hold on. Why would fiends be telling us we have no right to take this chest?
Bella, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
I turn around.
The whisper now is a little bit louder, and you can all hear it. You have no right.
Oh, I get it now. This isn't the extraplanar. This isn't the folks you were talking about. The fiends in this place have decided that everything here belongs to them, and that if we try to take any of it, we are breaching their territory.
A possibility.
Ned lived.
Ned lived. Who's Ned?
That sounds like something that would be like written on like a bathroom stall or something.
Yeah.
In blood.
Okay. I don't know what bathroom stalls you've been in, but all right. All right. Blitz is just getting a little impatient. Blitz is getting a little impatient. He's gonna say, "All right, I'm all for ignoring this thing if we think it's too dangerous, but I say we make a decision soon. Either we kill the rat and take the chest, or we move on and try to figure out how to get past this place."
Oh, I mean, if we don't have the right of salvage, we don't have the right of salvage. That's not something you play with lightly.
I mean, if what we want is to get in and out of here with as little trouble as possible, then I suppose what we should do is leave the chest alone. But I really want to see what's in it.
I do as well. I really do.
Creepy voice? Do you know what's in there? Can you tell us? We're just curious.
Yes.
Hey, Max, with my nat 20 perception, can I tell if there is a obvious opening mechanism, like a lid or something, on that chest?
Don't forget you are standing 15 feet away from it, so you're not like examining it really closely, and it's half sunk in the muck, and there's a rat now perched on it. So it's hard to take a look at it closely. It's very corroded. You took it for a single piece of metal before, but we just had a couple of natural 20s. So yeah, there is a way to open it. You suspect there was like a hidden lid. It's like a kind of a trick casement box.
Okay. Well,
Yes, Ned's money.
Oh, so it belongs to Ned and he is still alive, so if we were to take this money, we would be stealing from the currently living Ned, is what they're saying.
Well, I suppose that makes a difference. I don't want to steal from poor Ned.
Is Ned the rat? He's asking the voice. Is Ned the rat?
Ned lived.
Oh, past tense.
Well, it could be current tense. I mean, if it's Ned lived is the opposite of Ned died.
Ned lived. He still does live, but he used to live also.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is actually the ghost of that comedian. What's his name?
Mitch Album
Yeah, that's it.
or whatever.
Mitch Hedberg.
Hedberg, yeah.
Yeah.
Blitz will turn to Vapos and say, Vapos, you're the one with rope. What do you think? Should we leave this thing alone? If Corey, if you're speaking, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm not thrilled with the idea of stealing from someone, but at the same time, that chest is pretty corroded as it stands, and I suspect if it stays in that liquid for much longer, it's only going to get worse. So, we may well be facing the possibility of either we take the contents or the contents are destroyed. And if Ned is here or we find him, we can always bring the contents to him.
True.
Creepy voice, are you okay if us taking it out so it doesn't melt in this creepy green goo? Sorry, I called you and the goo creepy. I don't mean to imply that you're gooey.
Thou hast no right.
Well, it says we have no right.
Well, okay. Akiri, what do you think?
Ned's blood money. Ned
Oh, that's gross.
lived.
What do you think, Akiri?
If it's blood money, you don't really want any parts of it because that means usually not great things. So I think we should leave it there. I also don't want to make the voice mad either.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. He's gonna look over at the dwarf and be like, I'm pretty sure I know your opinion. Mavra, any thoughts?
Yeah, I really just want to deliver my message and get out of this tower.
Alright, that's good enough for me. Why don't we just try to find that maintenance tunnel and move on?
Says the rat.
All right then, let's get going. We've spent enough time staring at something disgusting.
I'm sorry, guys. I'd love to do a pull the lever situation here, but I don't actually have any rope on me, so it would I would have to actually get the rope from Vapos first.
So yeah,
So
Vapos is
first
gonna
you
go.
fight Vapos.
He's gonna look down this tunnel, see what he sees.
Oh my god. I screwed up. That is actually not a tunnel.
Oh,
My
The
bad.
tunnel disappears.
Yeah, pretty much. That's actually supposed to be solid rock. So my mistake. Sorry about that. No, the only entrances and exits seem to be the stairs and the two sets of stairs in this room.
Right.
And the pipe.
So we're looking for a maintenance tunnel that we need to be watching the corners around, is what the lad said, right?
Yes. And the middle also.
Right. Okay. Tell you what, I'm pretty resistant to fire, and that leaky pipe with the steam there looks pretty nasty. Why don't I try to go ahead and walk around and give it a bit of a wide berth and see if I can get over to that staircase without too much trouble.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
Alright, I will let you all know if everything's okay. And Blitz is going to cautiously start edging his way, trying to give the steam a wide berth, and go around to get to the stairs.
In the flickering light of the orange, ever-burning torches, you perceive this pile of humanoid bones over here, as well as a few more normal-looking rats, and also what appears to be some cloth and bedding laid out right here with an indentation in the middle.
Oh boy, indentation, you say? Like there's a dip, like there's like a blanket on top of a bedroll, and in the blanket there's like a dip.
Yes.
As if someone had been laying in it, is my point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, interesting. There's a bed over here, lots of bones, some rats, but nothing else of note that I see.
Maybe the tunnel is hiding under the bed.
Well, let me check the staircase first. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to peek down this way.
Okay. You see this worked stone corridor as opposed to the cave full of pipes. And the glint of some more brass metal just around the corner here.
Mm-hmm. I think I found the maintenance tunnel. I didn't have any trouble walking around, so as long as you give that steam a wide berth, I think you'll be safe. Out of curiosity, Max, I think Blitz will take a few steps back and, I don't know, use Mage Hand to pull the blanket away to see if there's anything underneath the covers.
That works. The ghostly hand grasps the filthy blanket and peels it away. Which reveals that the bed is covered in gleaming coins.
Oh my goodness.
Like, laid out, like the coins aren't touching each other. They are laid out in staggered rows all along the bedding. In a kind of a grid.
Oh my, I found some money on this bed.
They gleam and glitter and shine in the flickering orange torchlight. For a second you think that they are silver, but as Vapos gets closer, they're clearly platinum.
Oh, goodness. Well, Vapos, I'm just guessing based on the way they laid out, this is probably some kind of trap. Why don't I try to grab it with my ghost hand and see if maybe grab one of those coins, see if something happens.
That seems like a good idea.
Alright, Blitz will grab one of the platinum coins from the upper right corner of the grid.
Okay. Blitz, as the coin rises up in the air, you feel a tap on your left shoulder. Tap, tap. You have no right. You have no right.
Apparently I have no right to this either. So he will set the coin back down with Mage Hand and leave it alone and say, "Are you going to say that for every piece of treasure in this entire tower?"
Make a dexterity roll.
I put it back! Like a saving throw? Or just a normal dexterity?
I said
ability.
a dexterity check, I thought.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I assumed it was a save.
Oh, I said it correctly that time.
Well, 21.
Okay. You set the coin down in the exact same spot where you picked it up. So the pattern has not been
Oh, I
disturbed.
see. Okay. Yeah, that's what I did. Why do we get a +1? Or whatever. Anyway. Well, apparently that is off limits as well.
I like how
Would-
Blitz's attitude to this is just annoyance. Like, that's the
He-
only emotion he's having right now, is just like,
I mean,
Ugh.
come on! It's lots of platinum coins. I would love to. That would be great for us financially, but we keep getting told that's not our right, and he's just like, fine. He looks to Bella. Bella, they're not letting me take any treasure.
Let's.
I assume everything in here belongs to somebody.
It's.
Yeah.
You remember the boy said something about how all of the creatures here carry their own treasure
Oh.
because they don't trust anyone else?
Oh, I see.
So maybe there's a good reason to not touch this treasure.
I mean, if we're dealing with fiends and we're dealing with this sort of nonsense, I'm assuming we're dealing with devils, and you're probably right. I think it's safe to assume, given that Blitz is a tiefling, he knows a little bit about how fiends work. I mean, I know how to speak Infernal. Alright.
you're speaking Infernal?
Huh?
Did you say you're speaking Infernal?
No, I just said that I assume Blitz has a basic understanding of how fiends work, given that he's a tiefling and he speaks Infernal, and like I just figured he probably just knows.
Not necessarily. I mean, you know, do you know everything there is to know about your real life heritage?
No, but like, isn't it decent? I don't want to say common knowledge, but isn't it like very basic knowledge that devils tend to make deals?
Sure.
Okay. Well, it doesn't really matter. Blitz is just going to turn to the corridor and say,
That's
"Well,
what they say.
I think I see the corridor. I see the maintenance tunnel. Why don't we start going down? I'm going to take a peek around the corner, but not actually go around it." Like, I'm going to stay right here, and I'm just going to like stretch ahead and just kind of like peek around the corner.
Okay.
I will distend, as you said earlier.
Thanks. So you see this hallway continue on. Maps, by the way, by the Chipeku Patreon. So this is a large brass and copper fitted door. as you can see a glimpse of down here too.
Ah, we have our first door.
By the way, as you guys are leaving, the rat sarcastically, as far as you can tell, waves goodbye with its tentacle tails.
Bye, rat.
Akiri waves back.
If it wasn't for time constraints, I would desperately ask Max that you explain how a rat sarcastically waves its tail at us.
I'd have to act it out, and you don't want to see that. The rat then will grab its bone after you wave back and dive back into the pool.
All right, so I see a brass door around the corner, and then I see. Can I see down the hallway or just that brass door, basically?
Well, you look more fully.
A little bit more, yes. I'm trying my best not to actually step around the corner, but I do want to see if I can see down the corridor.
Okay, so yeah, there are 3 doors off of this corridor.
Okay. He will inform the party that he sees 3 doors around the corner down this hallway. Can I see on the floor down the corridor or around the corner if there are any panels or switches that we could accidentally step on to trigger traps?
Make a perception roll.
$16.
You notice a smell. Kind of like ozone in the air. And as he comes around the corner, still shaking a bit, Asarik says, "Beware, lad! Beware!"
Yes, I smell some foul odor around this corner. I think there might be some kind of gas or fire trap.
Touch not the metal of the doors.
Is there a handle on the door across from me?
On the door across from you. There is not really a handle.
Okay. Just add a... Oh, go ahead. Go for it.
Blitz, have you mentioned the smell of ozone?
Yeah, Blitz will relay to the party. I smell ozone. If I know what ozone is.
So it may be nothing, but I've been through my fair share of storms in my time, and especially with my newfound connection, it could be something to do with electricity.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's very dangerous.
There is a keyhole in the exact middle of all the doors. And by the way, they're, amazingly worked with all of this shapes done on them. Kind of raised brass, like curling shapes and geometric designs.
Okay.
Abstract.
If I... it's worth a shot. I don't know if 10 pounds of force probably isn't enough, but Blitz will use Mage Hand and see if he can push that door open. If, again, 10 pounds, so I don't know if that's enough to push a door, but he's going to try.
Okay, the spell has no effect.
Gotcha, okay. Alright, well, I'll try something else. Blitz will toss his dagger down the hallway and see what happens.
Okay.
Like around the corner.
As you do that, or when you do that, it makes a loud clattering, clanging sound. And in response, there's a click, and this door slides open. And this guy looks out and looks over at you and says, "What? It's one of those damn tieflings! What are you doing here? Alert, everyone! Alert!" And that is where we are going to call tonight's session. Very well played. Thank you.
Well, this
guys.
is going to go well.
This is fantastic. I was just thinking, how are we going to get in these doors? This is how we're going to get in these doors. No
I was
road
trying
necessary.
I was trying really hard, guys.
Everything seemed like a sensible decision.
Yeah, well, we will pick this up next time. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun too. It was
Yeah.
more tension and a lot of information and good intel to digest. So you came in without any intel really, but now you have good intel. So that's nice.
We spent so much time staring at that pool, trying to figure out if we should take that chance.
Well, and you could always change your mind again.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you.
What are the odds that we're about to kill Ned?
Yeah. Thank you to Taladar for hanging out in chat and making some funny commentary. I didn't talk it out loud. Ethan Hans was here earlier too. And thank you for subscribing as well, Taladar. I really appreciate it and keeps me motivated to keep streaming. Thank you to anyone who watches this later. You are awesome. Thank you to Jeremy, player of Breath the Barbarian. Thank you to M, player of Akiri the Cleric.
Yeah.
Thank you to Kirsten, player of Bella the Bard. Thank you to Nico, player of Blitz the Bard. Thank you to Corey, player of Vapos the Monk. Thank you to Danielle, who plays Mavra the Fighter. You guys are all awesome. And I really want to keep going. I feel, I mean, I've had a lot of fun, but I also feel unfulfilled. So, I'm looking forward to next time for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Good night, everybody. We gotta call it here. So good night.
Bye all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.